Hi guys, Evil Ducky here, and today we're going to come and talk to you about Detroit within the Fallout universe and some of my thoughts on it. Now, before I get too into some of my thoughts on what happened after the bombs fell in Detroit, I want to let you guys know that there is no real lore on Michigan and Detroit within the Fallout universe. So this is all my speculation and my own personal theories. So that's being said, let's get into this discussion right away. Detroit, I believe, pre-war, was a manufacturing hub, similar to like what it was in the 1950s and 60s in America. I'm assuming that a lot of the nuclear vehicles that people were driving around pre-war were built in Detroit. So I also think that it may have been a bit of a target during the bombs, during the actual war. Because when you're trying to destroy a country, you of course want to take out the industry. And, you know, with nuclear war, you're pretty much guaranteeing that everything's going to get annihilated anyways, but I would assume that that would be on one of their marked target lists. Also, because in my mind, pre-war Detroit was a manufacturing hub, I'm assuming that there would be numerous vaults in the area. Whether or not many of those people in those vaults survived, I don't think is really going to affect the future population of that area. And here's my reason why. The region, if you look at a map of the Fallout universe America, you have, on the West Coast, you have, of course, the NCR, and you have Caesar's Legion, and you have New Vegas. And then in the Midwest, you have the Midwest Brotherhood of Steel. North, you have some remnants of the Enclave, and south, you have more Brotherhood of Steel. And then there's this band where there's no real knowledge of who controls that area, or if anyone controls it at all. And that band is almost like a gateway to the capital wasteland and the Commonwealth. So I'm assuming there would be lots of traders and caravanners passing through that area. Now, that being said, I think Detroit as a whole is probably destroyed. There is likely some rebuilding going on, but I don't think that they're nearly as advanced as, let's say, Diamond City, just for a reference that most people would get. I do not think they are to that point. I am thinking they are a little more somewhere between Bunker Hill and your settlements when you first get there. There's a scattered few people. There's probably some merchants. If anyone's controlling that area, I think it's the merchants and the traders. Because when you're having caravanners go from the Commonwealth to the NCR and back, which I believe has to happen, because we're using bottle caps in the Commonwealth. We have Nuka-Cola. We have a lot of similar things from the previous Fallout games. And how are they going to get there? How are the bottle cap system going to get to the Commonwealth? There has to be people coming from the NCR to the Commonwealth. And the one character that we have within Fallout 4 that supports this theory of mine 100% is Kellogg. So, in my mind, Kellogg had to have passed through Detroit or the surrounding areas. It's likely that the different factions have a presence within that area, but no one has major control. because the major control lies within the merchants and the traders who basically run it, because you have to have commerce for survival. You have to have trade for survival, you know. So going on from that, what would we see in a post-apocalyptic Detroit? I think we would see a strong brotherhood presence. Believe it or not, I do believe that we would see a strong brotherhood presence because of the proximity of the Midwest Brotherhood of Steel and the Capital Waste to that area. I also believe that we probably have some enclave representatives in there as well. Perhaps even some institute or railroad presence as well. I would think that Detroit and Michigan in general would be a very safe place to send the synths, because it is not an area that is controlled by the Brotherhood of Steel. If we somehow, by some random chance, get some content for Detroit in a future DLC or in a future Fallout game, I would really like to see the synth aspect possibly explored. Kind of like what they're doing within Far Harbor. I mean, all these synths that left the Institute have to go somewhere. So I think they would probably flock to this neutral zone. And synths, I think, would make great traders. They don't get fatigued. They don't need sleep. They don't need food. They can travel pretty much unimpeded from one coast to the other. So, what are you guys' thoughts on what could happen to Detroit post-Fallout? Detroit in the post-nuclear apocalyptic Fallout universe. I want to do a few more videos in the future on what I think happened to various areas within the United States that have not been explored in the Fallout universe. And I welcome you guys to leave your suggestions on what should be the next video. I really want to make my channel about what you guys want to watch and what you guys want to hear me talk about. Because I can talk about just about anything in the Fallout universe and be happy about it. And I really want to make this channel of the people for the people. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. If you like the type of videos that I'm doing and you like my style, please subscribe. I really value every single one of my subscribers, every single like I get. I try to reply to as many comments as I can. So please, you know, leave your comments, leave your likes. I look forward to doing more videos, and I hope you guys have a safe trek throughout the wasteland, and please do expect when Far Harbor comes out that I will be doing a video on Far Harbor, because I am so excited about it. So peace, love, chicken grease, all that corny shit, and stay safe in the wasteland, guys.